Hello everybody and welcome back to the second of the Chariot series for the Direwolves, because originally I thought there would be two others I could make, the Hohiro and the... okay, it begins with a P. Either way I couldn't make them, because it turns out that the Direwolves in MWO do not have side torsos that have 3 energy hardpoints, so I couldn't make either of those, unfortunately. So originally I thought I'd be doing 4 Direwolf videos, and in hindsight, thank God I only had to do 2, because running these things, as I said in the H video, is horrible. Like, really horrible. The Direwolf does not come out of a lot of the changes that PGI made to gameplay in MWO at all well. Outside of meme builds like the Wood Chipper with its LB2s or some combination of such, it really isn't worth taking out. It is a gimped 100-ton assault, which is shocking considering it's supposed to be the counterpoint of the Atlas. It's the original Clan 100-tonner. It has a certain level of reverence, and in this it gets shat on from a great height. And this version is the Widowmaker's build. Natty Kerensky, old Natty Kerensky there, with her wildly different artwork, from looking like someone who's been addicted to plastic surgery for too long, to someone who actually looks hot, to someone else who looks like she fell straight off an 80s like album cover, to many different things. She has many different faces, and I can only assume that she changes them on a regular basis. The Widowmaker has 2 ER PPCs, 2 large pulse, an Ultra 20, an ER small, and 2 ER mediums in the CT. It is a mech that is very fitting of the Direwolf name. It has a stunning amount of firepower. This still doesn't help the poor bastard though, because it is still too slow to maneuver around the fields of MechWarrior Online. Due to the small map sizes and the fact that there's only ever 2 or 3 points that fights ever take place, if you're at the back of the team, you're pretty much dead. And also another thing in a Direwolf, don't do what I'm doing, which is try and support the rear guard of the team, because the team does not give a shit about you. You are in the slow lumbering 100-tonner. Your only job in a Direwolf is to sit back and die, much like Annihilators, unfortunately. Their job is to die. It's very rare that Annihilators ever really get up front of the fight. Usually, if the rest of your team has fixed the enemy in place, Annihilators and Direwolves can actually provide some decent fire support. However, if there's any half-decent light pilot on the other team, they will find you and chew you, and kill you, and nom you to death. And there's not much you can do about it, because very, very few random teammates will ever actually come back to protect you, or help you. And it's sad that I have to say that a 100-ton mech needs protection, because again, this is a mech that should never need protection. It's a mech that should be the thing killing everyone else on the field, or at least doing a severe amount of damage. So I just decided to go balls to the wall with this, saying, hey, I've got the armor, let's just go forward and start firing. Luckily, this actually worked out. The rest of the team went with me. Of course, I'm sure many of you have had situations where you have tried to push in the assault and the rest of the team just stayed around the corner and just went, look at that noob. So, yeah. Compared to the H, I could actually recommend this one. Although it's incredibly hot, its damage output is quite high. The Ultra 20 and the PPCs alone are incredibly powerful. The large pulses are a nice accoutrement to the rest of it, while the other weapons, the ER mediums, the ER small, are really not that important. And to be honest, they're weapons that you best forget about. There's no need for them, really, in MechWarrior Online, but as a stock build, that's what it comes with. On the table, it makes sense. You're running hot, and you need to just fire a couple of weapons, and Clan AR mediums do pretty decent damage, so hey, against an sphere target, this is pretty good. But MechWarrior Online, 2 ER mediums, what the fuck is that? What does that mean? It means nothing. It doesn't do enough damage, because, hey, you've got to boat at least 4 of them for it to be a good alpha, right? So, yeah. I could recommend this one with an asterisk, is that it's great for firepower, but it doesn't hold a candle to, say, the Mad Cat Mark II with the Ultra 5, Ultra 10 build. It just doesn't compare, because people have already figured that that's the meta, that's what works best, and that thing's not even 100 tons, and it's incredibly agile by comparison, and it's faster, and has the ability to mount very high-slung weapons. So it doesn't have to worry too much, because its arms are physically higher. The Direwolf has low arms. It's LSAS all the way. It really struggles, and yeah, it's too slow. It's got giant hitboxes. It feckin' sucks. So yeah, there you go. I just hit the point. I overheated. I should have pressed O, forgot to, and I'm dead. The rest of the video is one of my all-time favourite things. I'm not having a go at the pilot here, because I did that when I was recording it just because I was bored and I was pissed off, and this was hour 2 of trying to record 2 videos. So, that everyone else on the team dies. I thought that was the end of the round. And then we find the Spooder. He's a sneaky Spooder. He's a stealth Spooder. He's got 2 ER large lasers. They're arm mounted. He will hit the ground a lot firing these large lasers. That's my favourite thing, where his damage will be good. No denying it, because of course your damage is going to be good when you're stealth, everyone else on the team is dying and you're just in a little high spot just sniping people the whole time, because they're distracted, they're not paying attention to the couple of hits they're taking, because they're facing, you know, like my direwolf or someone else's assault, someone else's heavy or a medium that gets up in their face. These people, the players who do this stuff, the guys who used to run like the ERPPC Arctic Cheetahs, or the ER large Ravens that used to sit way back when the quirks used to allow you to like ER large lasers up to something crazy like 1200 meters before they requirked everything. Yeah, it's one of these plays, and I'm sure it works out for them, but it makes for the worst end of round scenarios. If you're on the losing team, outside of some incredible amount of luck, like the enemy team are just a bunch of dullards who can't figure out where they're being shot from, or they're all red CT, you're not going to win. So everyone's mech is now stuck waiting for this last person to, you know, finish their little tactic of sniping away and inching their damage up on the list. And the enemy team are just frustrated because, hell, their mechs are now locked because they're waiting for their team to win so they can get out of the match and run their mech again. Or if you're alive, you're running around looking for this last person who's hiding up on a piece of bismuth somewhere. There's the wall. The invisible wall that he hit, by the way. He should have got that hit, but PGI have never bothered to fix any of the fucking clipping issues in the map. Especially on Tourmaline, one of the worst for the clipping issues. It's awful. The number of times that you fire, and you sometimes I've literally seen the effect for a PPC bend around a wall and then hit an invisible wall on this map. It's how fucking weird this is. I don't know why. Oh no, I do know why. I've had a quick think about it. The research team have come back to me. The boffins have come up with the solution. PGI, that's the problem. That's it. Because they never fix shit. They introduce it, they break it, they leave it, and then it festers. It just sits there and never gets fixed. Tourmaline is a great example of such. They could have gone back and fixed it, but that would have been resources from the minimal viable product that is fucking MechWarrior Line.
Can I just add, Natty Kerensky is overrated.
Natty Kerensky is indeed overrated, says the voice in my head. It is indeed a character who, let's face it,
She was only good because she had clan tech.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, well, I said it first.
Well, I don't care. I was going to steal the thing you've been saying for weeks. Anyway, yes, let's face it. When she was running around with Wolf's Dragoons, her original Marauder definitely had clan tech in it, and that's the reason she was so badass. It's not because she's got the name Kerensky, not because she's got some part of his DNA that makes her so fucking good. It just means that she turned up in the Inner Sphere in a state where everyone was going, ooh, toasters with some kind of Wi-Fi technology, lost tech, you know, and they turned up with lost tech, and then they acted like they were badasses. And the truth of the matter is that if she had the normal tech everyone else had, it would have been an even fight, and she probably would have died. So, cheating bitch, basically, like all clanners are. They're all about honour, but they'll happily slap a bunch of people who are like primitive technology compared to them. Oh yeah, great honour. So we get to the end of the Spooder. The Hunchback 2C finally managed to jump jet his ass up there, but of course he doesn't activate his stealth armor again. That was the thing I found interesting. Was he sits there, a couple of lances from the large laser, and he's fucked. There's the SRM hit. The number of SRMs he got hit by should have killed him outright, of course, because it's a spider. It's made of paper. And yeah, and then he runs around for a bit. I think he eventually gets legged, and then he explodes. And as I said, would I recommend the Direwolf Widowmaker? No. It's decent damage, decent weapons, high heat, but it's a Direwolf, and PGI gimped Direwolves. They gimped most of the 100-tonners. That's why you don't see Kodiaks very often anymore. That's why the only time you see Annihilators is if they're running the quad LB10 build, or that's been optimized, or they're running a different type of like a rotary build or something. You don't really see 100-ton assaults these days unless it's some kind of meta or meme build, and that's it. So yeah, stay away. Unfortunately, cool looking mech, but save your C-bills and get a Mad Cat Mark II. Anyway, have a good week, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.